You might be reversing insulin resistance right now and not even know it. That might sound strange, but the signs your body gives off are often subtle until you know what to look for. Today, I'm going to show you 5 clear, trackable signs your body is becoming more insulin sensitive, even before the scale moves. These are things you can feel, see, or even measure without needing a ton of expensive tests. Now, if you're still wondering, how bad is my insulin resistance really? Stick around. I'll show you a free way to find out what exactly gives you that clarity and fast. So let's dive in. First, quick reality check. The gold standard test for insulin resistance is called the clamp test. It's highly accurate, but also expensive, invasive, and rarely done outside of research labs. Most doctors don't even offer it. And if you're even asking for a fasting insulin test, that can be a struggle. I've heard people say their doctor refused to run it because your A1C is fine. That's frustrating, especially when you are trying to be proactive. So, if you can't get that test, what can you do? There is a workaround. Ask your doctor for 2 simple blood tests. First, fasting glucose and fasting insulin. Then plug those into a free online Homer IR calculator. The link is in the description. And it gives you a score that estimates your levels of insulin resistance. And even if you can get those blood tests done, your body is still telling you what's going on, if you know how to listen. So let's break down those 5 real signs you're improving your insulin sensitivity. Sign number 1, more stable energy throughout the day. When insulin resistance is high, your blood sugar swings and it leads to big crashes in the mid-morning or mid-afternoon. You know what I'm talking about. That's when cravings hit, or the brain fog sets in, or you feel like you just can't push through your day. But as insulin sensitivity improves, those crashes fade. Your energy smooths out and your brain feels clearer. You don't need much caffeine or snacks to stay sharp. I've seen people in their 60s and 70s report they feel sharper now than they did in their 40s. And that is not hype. That is the metabolism healing. Sign number 2, fewer cravings, especially at night. This one shows up fast when you're on the right track. That irresistible pull to open up that fridge door after dinner, the I need something sweet signal, that starts to disappear. Why? Because your body isn't constantly riding that blood sugar roller coaster. You're no longer in survival mode. You're in balance. One commenter said her cravings were so bad before she felt like she had to physically move away from the kitchen. Now she eats dinner, feels full, and doesn't think about food again until the following morning. Now, if that sounds like freedom to you, well, it is. Sign number 3, skin improvements. Now, this one might surprise you. Dark patches around your neck or under your arms. Skin tags popping up in weird places. This can be a result of insulin resistance because insulin is a growth-promoting hormone. But when your insulin comes down, your skin tags often shrink or disappear completely. One 78-year-old woman shared, after cutting sugar and sticking to an intermittent fasting schedule, her skin tags vanished and her waist went down from 41 inches to 36 inches. That's incredible. And she's not alone. Dozens of people have experienced the same thing. If you've experienced that for yourself, drop it in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else who's just starting out. Sign number 4, your waist is shrinking. Even if the scale isn't. When people carry extra belly fat, especially visceral fat, around the organs, it creates inflammation. Now that's worsening your insulin resistance. But when that waistline starts to shrink, even by a few inches, that's one of the most powerful signs your insulin sensitivity is improving. For reference, Women should aim for under 35 inches, men under 40 inches. But even if you're above that now, every inch lost around your waist is a win. And sometimes it shows up before you see the drop on the scale. So don't live and die by the scale, track your waist. That's where the story unfolds. Sign number 5, you're sleeping better. I know, we usually don't associate insulin with sleep, but they're very deeply connected. Blood sugar instability can wake you up in the middle of the night, making it harder to fall asleep or leave you exhausted in the morning. But when that insulin sensitivity improves, sleep often improves too. More deep sleep, and you have fewer 2 a.m. wake-ups and less waking up feeling like you've been hit by a truck. You know what I mean? Yes, better sleep equals better recovery equals better metabolism. And here's a bonus what you may not expect. Stress can spike your blood sugar, even if you are not eating. One woman said her blood sugar soared sitting in traffic. Now that's real. Stress hormones like cortisol make your liver dump sugar into your bloodstream, and your insulin has to deal with it. That's why managing stress, like deep breathing, walking, journaling, this is all part of the solution too. Now, earlier I mentioned that you can estimate insulin resistance without an insulin test. Here is another way. Look at your triglyceride to HDL ratio from a standard lipid panel. Just divide your triglycerides by your HDL. Now, if that number is under 2, it is usually a good sign that you have good insulin sensitivity. Over 2, it's a sign you may still have some work to do. It's simple, free, and actionable. And if you're thinking, okay, I'm seeing some of these signs, but I want to be sure I'm on the right track, I created a free personalized nutrition assessment that helps you figure that out. Just click the link in the description or the top comment. You'll answer a few quick questions and I'll give you the clarity on where you stand. And that's what you need to do to focus on next. No guesswork. Now, before we wrap up, let me leave you with 5 powerful habits that will improve your insulin sensitivity. Gently, consistently, and at any age. Firstly, don't drink carbs. No soda, juice, or sweet teas. They spike your blood sugar instantly. Secondly, cut back on sugar and refined starches like, you guessed it, pasta, bread, cereal. Replace them with real food that actually fuels you. Third, stop snacking constantly. Eat real meals that keep you full and keep your insulin at equal levels between meals. Don't eat 2 to 3 hours before bed. Your body heals better when digestion isn't in overdrive overnight. 4, is it 4 or 5? 4. Move daily. Even a short walk after dinner helps. One woman brought her A1C down 1 point just by walking after meals. Now, you don't have to do it all at once. You just have to start. Because progress doesn't always show up on the scale. Sometimes it shows up in the mirror, or in your energy, or in your sleep, or in the fact that you don't reach for the sugar when things get stressful. You know what I'm talking about, right? Now that is healing. If this video helped you see what progress looks like beyond the weight loss, please give it a like so other people can find it. And I'd love to hear your story. Drop a comment below. Have your skin tags faded? Is your waist shrinking? Are you finally feeling in control again? And don't forget to grab your free nutrition assessment below. It only takes a few minutes to fill in the form, and then I will send you a personal video for what the next steps look like, and it could be the roadmap you've been missing. See you next time.